Alright, now that we have the wires disconnected, go ahead and we'll reach into the top where I said earlier, these bolts right here. These are 10mm bolts. They're on each side of the cowling, right here, right here. Go ahead and take those out. Alright, so these two are out. Now we can see that this cowling is kind of movable, and we'll wiggle it out of there in just a sec. The next thing that we're doing is, I don't know if you can see here, but the radiator portion of the condenser is also bolted into this plastic cowling right here by 10mm bolts at the top. Focus, there we go, right here, 10mm bolt there, and on the opposite side here too. Yeah, that's better. And then at the bottom, I don't know if I can get a long shot, but you can kind of see all the way down at the bottom of the radiator, if it'll focus. That's a 10mm bolt as well, and there is one on this side of the cowling, if I can get it to focus, all the way at the bottom. So we'll unbolt those. That'll allow this radiator to come forward in the cowling, and then we'll be able to get to the inside. Alright, so I wanted to give a picture of the interim. As you can see here, you still have the ability to get some flex in the AC line. This is just rubber hose right here, so that'll flex. And over here, this whole rubber piece will flex. What I had to do too is I had to unstrap the breaker box to get a little bit of room here to get around these fins. I'm going to slowly wiggle this whole shroud out, and you can see over here with those 10mm bolts that were in the side of the radiator, right here, right down there, this whole radiator comes forward, and then it'll separate from the shroud. We'll push the shroud back, we'll pull the radiator forward, and then it'll let us get access to the fan. So I wanted you guys to get a look. Everything's still intact. Pushing this part of the radiator from the rubber hose through the shroud. I've got access here to get to the motor and to the screw. I think this is about as far as I'm gonna go. I'll work from in this space to kind of take the fan off. It's reverse threaded, so remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey doesn't apply when you're talking about fan bolts. And I'll tell you right here on the fan to spin the bolt the opposite direction to loosen it. So in this case, we're going righty-loosey. Now I'll take that off, and you'll see what it looks like underneath. This is where the 5/16 bolts come in. I think those are the things that are screwing the motor into the shroud, and we'll take that out and replace it. Oh yeah, and by the way, I don't know if you can see it, 13mm, this is where this comes in. 13mm goes right here on the fan blade, and we're going to spin that clockwise to take it off. So here's that 13mm bolt. It's kind of got a flange on it here. After putting it back on, I'll probably want to use some Loctite right there. But anyway, after you've got this off, you can just pull the fan out like so. That'll work too. There we go. Check the fan blade for any cracks if you want to replace it, but this one looks fine. Alright, just gonna put that to the side. Wow. And inside, there we go. That is the motor. So these right here are the 5/16, I believe. We'll go ahead and take, there's three Where's the third one? 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And we'll take this off and replace it with the new one that we got in the box right here. Boop. Alright, the 5/16 bolts have been removed and we can just pull this off. It's a little heavy. You can kind of see there's nothing here but plastic. So check for any cracks. If you do have cracks in the shroud, you may want to do a more extensive repair and replace it, because the fan motor in a cracked housing is just going to shake that thing apart. But here we go. This thing is not working. 140,000 miles before it went kaput, and that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and compare this against the new one. Looks a bit different here. I guess we could take that off too. I'm gonna go ahead and put this motor, the new one, back in where this one came from.